Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Cody Charnell, multifamily real estate broker here in Long Beach. Today, we're going to be looking at a 4-unit property that's active on the market for sale in the Belmont Heights neighborhood. This is a great location. But before we get into the property details, a big thank you to Juan Huizar with Sage Real Estate for letting me record this video. He's the listing agent on this property. We also work together. I'm with Sage Real Estate. So Juan is the managing broker here. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the property details. Okay, so let's start with location. So as I mentioned, this property is located in the Belmont Heights neighborhood. It's off of First and Euclid. The property address is 115 Euclid. And this location has a ton to offer. So you're right uphill from the Belmont Pier, which is here. And you're really just a couple blocks away from a lot of great stuff. So on Broadway, you have several restaurants kind of all the way towards downtown and all the way down towards Second Street. And then you're walking distance to Second Street. So as you can see, tons of shopping and entertainment here on Second Street as well. And you're just one block really to the beach. So you can ride your bike, you can walk, lots of great stuff really close by. Okay, so now the listing. So list price on this one is $1,749,000. As I mentioned, 4 units with a total of 3624 square feet. So if we scroll down here, this is the unit mix and rent. So all of these units are going to be 1 bed, 1 bath. And you can see the current rents here are pretty low. They are able to deliver one of these units vacant. So this is market rent that you should be able to get once the unit is vacant. I think this might actually be low. And there's a couple strategies you might be able to use to get rents even higher than this. This type of 4-unit has been built all throughout Long Beach. You'll see these buildings where there's 2 units on the ground floor, 2 units upstairs, and it's really just kind of a cube shaped building. It's really interesting that they built these as 1 bed, 1 bath units, because with the total square footage of 3624, that works out to 906 square feet per unit. So, just looking at listings all day, I see 3-bed units that are smaller than that. But the configuration of these 1 bed, 1 bath units is such that a lot of people will segment off part of the living room to create a second bedroom. And you can't really get permits to do that because this property, unfortunately, doesn't have parking. But a lot of owners will do that anyway to create almost like a bonus room that tenants will generally use as a second bedroom, and you can charge a little bit higher rent for having that. So we're just going to look at it as 1 bed, 1 bath units that are extra large and analyze the building from that perspective. If we look at some of the photos here, so you do have interior shots of one of the units. A couple great things about this property: the building was almost completely replumbed with copper piping, and almost all of the windows have been upgraded. So that's an expense that the new owner isn't going to have to worry about. And you can see in the photos just how huge the living room is here at this property. So it is a bit dated. So you have carpets, which this might be the upstairs unit, so maybe they did that for sound. Kitchen, original cabinets. So you could either replace these with more modern cabinets or lean into that kind of vintage character, which a lot of tenants in Long Beach actually prefer. Bathroom here, so decent sized bathroom with tub and shower, and also a good sized bedroom with a lot of storage space. This property is individually metered for gas and electric, so those are expenses the new owner wouldn't have to worry about. And yeah, you can see it, not too bad. So it looks like probably laundry up here on the roof so that the tenants share. But there's also definitely enough space in the units to put in-unit laundry. Okay, so now let's get into the analysis. So as I mentioned, this property is listed for 1.749 million. If we look at down payment and financing, so for somebody who's going to buy this as an investment, a 4-unit residential loan on a 4-unit property right now, you're looking at a rate around 6.875%. At that rate, I'm going to do a 50% down payment and show you how the numbers look with with that down payment. Down here, we have unit mix and rents. So these are all our current rents. This one, of course, is going to be delivered vacant. So that one has $23.50 a month, just as an estimate of market rent. I think you can actually do a bit better than $23.50 a month. I'm thinking $2,400. If you were to upgrade these or do that conversion from one bed to two, I think you could get probably closer to $2,700 a month for that configuration with an upgraded unit. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to adjust the rents for that, but just something to consider. So at that 1.749 purchase price, we're looking at 22.5 times gross based on current rents and 15 times gross based on market rents. So down here we have operating expenses. So this is how maybe someone who wants to be hands-off would operate it. So you have an expense for property management. You also have expenses built in for repairs and maintenance and vacancy. And right off the bat, because rents are low, this property is going to be negatively cash flowing a bit. So the strategy going in would be to buy this, renovate as much as you can, and get units up to market rent quickly so that you can cash flow. One thing that I really like about this situation, so value add, a lot of people are worried about not being able to get rid of the tenants. Because you have one unit that's going to be delivered vacant, it gives you an extra option that you can offer tenants to hopefully incentivize them to move. So you could upgrade that unit immediately and then offer it to the other tenants that are already living at the building. They know it, they like living there. Some of those tenants may be willing to move into that new unit, pay market rent for it, and then you have another vacancy that you can start working on. So this strategy, we nicknamed it the tenant shuffle. So that's something you could look at doing with this property. Because it's such a nice location, this would be a great buy and hold. So holding it for the long run, you really have a good solid return on your money. So hopefully this gives you a little bit better idea of this property. I'd love to hear what you think about this deal in the comments, and stop the share here. And if you have any properties that you're interested in that you want me to do an analysis on, I'd love for you to send them to me. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, invest well, trust Cody, try now.